Welcome everybody to YouTube Mall Builders Saturday live show. I want to remind everybody to go to the YouTubeMallBuilders.com. There you can check the schedules for the Tuesday and Wednesday shows. They air at 8 o'clock Central, 9 o'clock Eastern Time. Somebody's got a mic up. Bill, turn your mic off.
I got it.
Now I done lost my train of thought. Tuesday and Wednesday shows are 8 o'clock Central, 9 o'clock Eastern Time. The Saturday and the Thursday shows are at 9 o'clock Central, 10 o'clock Eastern Time. You can also check the schedule for the Saturday show there at YouTubeMallBuilders.com. And don't forget while you're there to click on the e-mag and sign up for an email notification. That way JD will send you a email when the e-mag comes out, which will be next month. He and his team do a great job on those magazines. And there's one really good thing about those magazines. They're free. You don't find any ads in them. And everyone does a great job of writing articles. It's a magazine for the community, by the community. And if everybody noticed, we do have the YTMB truck, live truck. It is on location. And we are ready to rock and roll. So at this time, I am going to turn it over to the you-know-who host of our show, the Mr. New Yorker, Mr. Big Bill himself. There you go, Bill.
Well, thank you, John. Good evening. It's June 17, 2017, and welcome to another episode, another show of YouTube Model Builders Live. Before we get started, I gotta share this with you guys. I just shared it with Walt and John. Today I received something, another new toy in the mail. They sent this flyer out, and I think this is pretty cool. It's choo-choo shoes. And what it is it's shoes that they chug and they whistle and they light up, and on the soles of their feet they got train tracks that you can make, and it's for kids. You see there's two kids there dressed in railroad attire, hat, engineer's hat, the bib, overall. But what I wanted to share with you was that these shoes are also available in men's sizes. So you know who's going to be purchasing one. And if you want further information on these shoes, which I think all of you should get, it's not a bad deal for 40 bucks. Big brother, big kid, red and black, and they huff and they puff and they whistle. And I'm telling you, life, Walt, wouldn't you not agree that life just does not get any better than that?
Do they say South Brooklyn on the side of them?
I could write it in a magic marker. Gentlemen, I'd like to introduce Walt from Walt's World. Most of you know his YouTube videos. This is Walter, which I'm terrible with. These guys know I'm terrible with last names here, Walt.
Oh yeah, it's a Falconer, yes.
Falconer, like the author.
The author.
Right. So we have Walt on tonight. Walt's going to be discussing his upcoming new layout and his previous layout and some other things related to Model Railroad. But before we get started with that, we have to do some housekeeping. And housekeeping is basically we got to do the giveaways. So before we get into discussing his railroad and what's upcoming with that, let's do the giveaways. Okay, John?
Alrighty. There you go. There's the first one, Strike Force.
Oh, Strike Force Hobbies has been a long time, well, almost over a year. Oh, that's another thing I got to talk about. Strike Force Hobbies tonight is giving away a Badger Airbrush DVD to the lucky winner. Anyone who wins gets drawn for this will get this DVD on airbrush techniques start to finish. Please visit Strike Force Hobbies at www.strikeforcehobbies.com and check out their array of products. They have HO and all the scales available. It helps them when you guys go and purchase from them. First and foremost, check them out, look at them, and give them a look-see and stuff like that. So please check out Strikeforce Hobbies at strikeforcehobbies.com. And they're giving away the airbrush technique start to finish. And the next one is Dave's Decals. Dave's Decals, he's giving away 2 sheets. Anyone who wins this, anyone who wins Dave's Decals will get your choice of 2 sheets. And from daveart.net. Also, I wanted to add, where is, oh, here it is. Just wanted to put this out there for you guys. Dave has been a giveaway now for almost over a year and a half, 2 years, I think. But he's also having a Father's Day sale. I just want to give him a shout out. 15% off everything. He hasn't talked to me about this or sent me an email. I'm on his newsletter, so I got it. So I thought it would be worthwhile to share with you guys. It's Father's Day bonus. For every order over $10, you receive 1 free random sheet of a newspaper diorama print. Spend over $20, you get 15% off your order with the promo code 17DAD. This will go on for 1 week. It will end Saturday at midnight, June 24th. Everything is on sale. And the promo code is 17DAD, D-A-D, capital, all capital letters. Just thought I'd throw that out there to you. Anybody who wins tonight from Dave's Decals, model and decal stuff, your choice of 2 sheets. Our next giveaway is our good friends at Central Valley Model Railroading. These guys are giving away, Heather and Jeff giving away the 150-foot HO scale punch plate bridge kit. Jeff and Heather, this is a great kit. A lot of people who've got this is the prize of the prize. This is the capo of prizes. So anybody who wins this will get a 150-foot HO, or I don't know if they do N scale. We have to change this. I have to find out. I have to be due diligent with these checking out. So, but check out their website at cmvmw.com. These guys are pretty. Jeff and Heather, they do good work. And our next, Weather Solutions. This is Eric. Weather Solutions. If you guys are basically too lazy to do your own weathering of rusting, this is a must-to, a go-to. They have graffiti sheets, oil spots, rusting spots. I've used it. If you see if you go to their website, you'll see their array of decals. They're pretty reasonable and they're great guys to deal with. So if you win this, you'll be notified. I'll notify them and they'll get in touch with you. But he'll talk to you. Eric will talk to you more about I think it's 2 sheets he gives away. So, but this is what you'll win: one of the rusted or a choice of a graffiti sheet. Oh, and White River Productions, they've been so kind. Model Railroad Craftsman will give away a 3-month trial subscription, free, to Model Railroad, Model Craftsman. They also have another one called Model Diesel News. So depending, if you want either one, by all means, just let me know if you win this one. But this is the one you'll get if I don't hear from you. Say that fast 3 times, John. White River Production is a giveaway of a free 3-month subscription to Railroad Model Craftsman. And I believe that's it, is it not? That is it. So we want to welcome Walt of Walt's World. And Walter, thank you so much for being on the show. Greatly appreciate your time and taking the time to come on the show.
Hey, my pleasure. I really appreciate the invitation to be with you tonight.
So you haven't been making any more videos lately, have you? Or are they're on hiatus due to?
Well, I posted an update this week just to kind of update that I was going to be on the show this weekend. Plus,
okay. But
and what else is going on in the training room? But yeah, it's been a month since my previous one, just because of travel and summer months activities.
Right. How long have you been doing the videos now?
I think it's about 3 years now.
Right.
Yeah, I think it's about 3 years. I started doing them, got inspired by you all. So there you go. I'll join the club.
Now, what previous to now this? No, my mind runs ahead of myself. Your previous residence, this is a new move for you, right?
Right. I was in Maryland.
Right. So when you were in Maryland, you had a layout. How big was the layout in Maryland?
Well, actually, I didn't have a layout in Maryland. didn't have the room and or time, so it was actually the previous move before that I had a layout.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
See how much I've been paying attention on tech tune-up?
That's all right.
No.
So
So
yeah, I'm now I'm out back in Denver, and now in the process of building my train room.
and what scale are we going to be doing this in?
I'll be HO. That's what I've been doing.
And
But my original layout that I had was years ago, and it was my first attempt at trying to do something major, and it took up about half the basement, and I built it out of 2x4s. That was bomb proof.
So the nuclear holocaust kind of thing.
It was, but it was fun. It was a good layout to learn on.
Yeah, that's good. Was that your first one you built?
Yeah, other than going back, years before that, and the standard 4x8 sheet of plywood layout.
Right. What got you interested in the hobby? I mean, how did you come about?
Probably like most everybody else, my dad got me a train set when I was 10, and he enjoyed the railroad too. So we, at age 10, put the 4x8 sheet of plywood up, painted it green, and put trains on it.
And off you went. Off
Right.
you went. Now, in your new home, what is the? I know when we talked earlier this week, you talked that the railroad is a fictitious railroad. It's something that you're kind of like basing it on.
Right.
And
Yeah, it's the Winchester and Chillicothe Railroad, but it's kind of loosely based on my memories of Chillicothe, Ohio, because I grew up in Ohio, and the big pulp and paper factories that filled the air in Chillicothe, plus all the trains around there. But anyway, I'm just kind of loosely basing it on some of those, but it's totally a fictitious layout.
right. And it's based. And what era is it based in?
Probably 1940s, late steam transition time. I've collected a lot of steam engines, and I just kind of enjoy that period.
And this what is the total size of this layout going to be? The room itself.
Well, I think I've shown in my videos, but Johnny, if you can throw up the layout picture, maybe. It's basically 37.5 feet long room and about 12 feet wide. And so it's about 350 square foot room. And I'm in the process of building that, that room in the basement now, because the new house basically had an unfinished basement.
Okay, so I'm looking at it now. It's a 350 square foot. You have a helix in it as well.
Yeah, I thought that was one of the things I was going to try different this time. My last layout was essentially a single level layout. But I thought I would try that this time for, more design for operations. And so I have space in there for a helix, and I may attempt to put one in there. We'll see.
Now how many levels is this?
There'll be 2 operating levels, and then there'll be a storage level below.
Oh, okay. So the middle and the top level will be the operating.
Right, and then staging down below.
Staging.
Not yet. But anyway, this just kind of shows the helix, and I'm going to kind of use that side of the layout for the mountain scenery. And then as you transition around the room, you kind of end up more into the industrialized area, and there'll be a turnaround area there. But also, kind of one of the feedbacks I got from a lot of the viewers when I was putting some of my plans together was to, expand it across the doorway through a lift-out bridge, and that gave me some extra space. And then some of them suggested actually adding a train barge, and I thought that'd be fun to put a little seaport scene in there. So that's what we're going to end up doing. And this kind of reflects what I'm looking at for the main level. I haven't figured out what I'm going to do in the upper level yet.
Well, when you say the main level, you mean the middle?
Yeah, the middle level.
Okay. I like the train barge. I do.
Yeah, I had never thought about that. I've watched a few of the the YouTube model builders videos that have built train barges and incorporated those in their layout. But I had never thought about that. And several of the viewers had suggested that as a way to expand and add some interest, especially for operations. So I thought that was a great idea, and so put that in the plan.
So is this railroad going to be? Are you gonna I mean, you're gonna have operations on this?
Yeah, I would. I mean, I haven't done a whole lot of operations, but I have enjoyed doing a few operating sessions, and so I envision doing some operations. It won't be massive, but I envision doing operations when this thing eventually is built.
I think I'm recently myself getting into operations, and I find it to be very, very intriguing. I'm not getting all crazy about it, you know. I'm not going like some of the guys are, you know. I mean, not that that's not good, but I'm not getting, you know. I'm in the process of writing up, you know, train order stuff, like, you know, how to proceed out of the yard and stuff like that. My good friend Jerry Esposito, if you're watching, the former train man himself, he's like, how come we got to move so slow? It's just plastic trains, Bill. I'm like, it's prototypical, Jerry.
Yes.
You know, a lot of people, and the operation is pretty good. I like it. I really do. And I think with this kind of a layout that you got here, I think you really have a lot of in the sections. Like, I see the city and heavy industrial. What's going to be that?
Well, I kind of always enjoyed, you know, the mountain scenery, obviously being in Colorado. So that's why I wanted to at least have some mountain scenery. But then, quite honestly, I like building a lot of the city buildings. So I decided that, you know, at least one part of the layout is going to be a, you know, fairly large city, and have a variety of industries that will provide some hopefully fun switching operations.
Andy Crawford wants to know, is that meant to be a fictitious railroad between Winchester, Kentucky?
Yes.
Yes. Oh,
yes.
Okay.
Yeah. I grew up on a farm in Winchester, Kentucky. So that's another part of my childhood that I pulled into this.
Oh, okay. All right. He's yeah, because Andy, one of our directors, producer, and on some of our hangouts, is from Kentucky presently.
Very good.
Newcastle. You have a question, Newcastle. Let me see if I can find it. How many staging tracks, Newcastle Railroad, Mr. Josh Cohen? How many staging tracks are you going to have?
I'm not exactly sure yet, but I think there's space for about 10 tracks.
Okay.
It might be more. We'll see how. I've put together some initial track plans just to kind of see how things will fit. As always, you modify it, and I'm probably up to version 60 now.
Right. It's 60 point.
Right. And I always kind of take the approach. I play with it, especially something I can play with actually on my business trips. Is the track plan, and then I put it away for a while, come back to it, and then later, a week later, and look at it and I go, well, why did I do that? So then I change it again.
Yeah. I don't know if I'm pronouncing this right. EPACM50 asks, is this layout just as large as the Coshocton, Coshocton Railroad Club layout?
I'm not familiar with that layout.
Yes. I hope. Let's see.
Yeah, that was one of the things I've been trying to do is balance, reality too. I mean, I have a very large unfinished basement, and of course, when I first saw this new house, I thought, well, I could fill this entire basement, 3,000 square feet as trains, but that's not practical given my time constraints as well as funding limitations. So anyway, I think this area is reasonable, and especially with the double deck operations, I think will. Since I've never done that before or never built a helix before, that'll make a lot of fun.
Yeah, Andy says it's cool railroading around the Lexington/Winchester area. The famous CNO and TP, the rat hole, goes through there, including the famous high bridge that was designed by the architect who did the Brooklyn Bridge as well.
Ah, very good. I remember growing up watching a lot of trains go by.
Yeah. Yeah, this is true. Just another scale modeler puts, it's all about time spent, not projects accomplished.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I agree. That's a very good point. It is an excellent point.
Hey, John, if you have that picture of the golden layout area, you throw that up there. So this is just an example of one area. So if you look at that kind of more closer to the mountain scenery, closer to the helix, I have a graphic here. This is from my track plan that I've been playing with, just for the town of Golden as you come off of the helix from the staging area. And so this is kind of what I'm playing with. Golden kind of being more a little bit of a mountain town, but with some industry. And it'll have a passenger siding that's long enough for 6. I don't want to get crazy, but 6 to 7 car passenger train, and then it also has the Golden Brewery and has the coal mine and then some other industries around there. But anyway, it just kind of gives you an example of, as I try to put together some ideas that I think will be fun for operating, and this is just that one area. I don't have all the graphics for the rest of the layout yet because they're still very preliminary. But I thought I'd share this with you.
Well, I know Northern Star Railroad line asks, can we see the layout? Well, actually, Dwight, the layout is right now is in its conceptual form on paper only.
Yes.
So it's not it's not up and ready. This is just something that Walt has conceptualized and what he wants to put together. Okay, I didn't want to do that, but since
So the train room, the actual physical train room right now I'm still building it. I've got the 2x4s up. I'm actually doing, all the walls are up, the doors are up. I'm just working on the wiring now, and it'll be a little while. Probably this fall, I'll be able to then get the sheetrock up, and then we can get serious about building some bench work. Hopefully later this year.
Now, just to recap, now you had a previous layout before at Maryland. You didn't when you were living in Maryland, you did not have a layout, but the one before that you did.
Right.
Okay, so then that one got torn down,
and that one got pretty much destroyed because I only had a very short time to move, and like I said, the layout after was basically all built out of 2x4s and was very solid, and so in order to get it kind of removed. Within a few days of a move, I had to pretty much destroy most of it.
Oh, okay. Well, okay. So now this is going to be the real, if I may say, this is going to be the real serious layout. This is
the one I've been dreaming about.
Right. This is the thought and time.
Right.
That's going in. All right. So I'm asking this on a planning stage. What is it that you want in the room, not the train room? It's not the railroad itself, but the train room, the physical train. Have you thought about the design? Because you said you're building it.
Yeah.
So have you thought about the design of the room? Where you want your electrical outlets? How you want the lighting and stuff like that?
Yeah, that's what I'm working on right now. Is I have basic room lighting, or can lights down the center aisle, but then I'm putting in outlet, or basically wiring it for track lighting to highlight the layout. I have already wired it for a ton of outlets, and has, I think, 4 different electrical circuits coming into the room just to make sure there's plenty of power. And there's a refrigerator. It's also backs up to my workshop, so that if I ever do operations, actually the dispatcher will probably sit in the workshop. But yeah, I've been trying to think through some of those things about the room. This area in the basement, actually, one reason I was able to kind of set that aside is it's kind of off by itself, and there's a lot of utilities around it, so it's not that usable for other things if we ever finish the basement. But this area, to me, being long and skinny, was great for a railroad.
Wow. One of the EPAC M50 says he wants to know, he hopes that you have scenes from the Ohio River.
Ah, good point. Well, again, I'm not really going to prototype the actual Chillicothe, Ohio to Winchester, Kentucky area, but I definitely will use some pictures from that area, and that's a good idea. There's a lot of great railroad bridges across the Ohio River.
Yeah. Just another scale modeler wants to know, is that a Falcon 9 model behind you?
Actually, that is a Titan IV rocket. Old Martin Marietta, Lockheed Martin Titan IV rocket that I used to work on.
As for our guests, Walt is an actual rocket scientist.
That's my day job.
That's his day job. I kid you not. I said this to my wife the other day at breakfast. She said, "Who's on the show?" I said, "Walt Faulkner from Walt's World." She said, "Oh, is he retired?" I said, "No, he's a rocket scientist." She said, "Shut the door. He is." Yes, he is on an actual real life rocket scientist. So.
Yeah, I've worked on lots of rockets.
There you go. Newcastle Railroad. Josh Cohen wants to know, is the railroad going to be signaled? Are you going to have signals on your...
Well, that's a really good question. You know, I'm still learning as I go along, and quite honestly, the few operating sessions I have gone to so far, I get a little intimidated sometimes by trying to read the signals and figure them out. But
right.
it is an aspect of the hobby that I haven't really gotten into yet, but I imagine that as I get along into this further, I definitely would probably incorporate signals, yes.
That's actually pretty cool to get into. I myself, I'm not doing signals on my layout, but it's not because I don't want to, it's just I don't understand them. So.
Yeah, right. I was in one operating session, and of course the instruction came to go to the particular signal and wait, and I'm like trying to figure out where in the world the signal is, and then what does it mean?
Yeah, Ron's trained in things says, well, model railroading's awesome, but it isn't rocket science. You knew it was coming. You knew it was coming. It's not rocket science.
You knew it was coming. Yes.
It's not rocket science. But that's pretty. That's pretty. What's his name? Just another scale modeler who asked about what the model was that was standing behind you. He says, "We are all space lovers in this house." That's good.
Good. Yeah, the space program's great.
Yeah, and so there's a lot of aspects that are going into. I believe. Let me see. I'm trying to see login logos. He says, since Walt is in Denver, he may want to sync up with the track planner to bounce track planning ideas off him.
Actually, we've already talked, and he has invited me up to see his layout, and I'm looking forward to having an opportunity here, hopefully this summer, to go up there to see him, and because we've actually have connected on that. So I appreciate that. Yeah, he's got some great ideas.
If you get a chance, it would behoove you to ask him if you can get a tour of the Greeley Museum.
Yeah, that's a good idea too.
He knows the people. He helped in some aspects of designs of that, and he knows some of the people up there, and he'll get you the behind the scenes. I know when Fish Plate modeler from Australia, Greg, came up and toured the southwest part of the United States. That was one of his stops, was to see Mr. Baranek, Bill Baranek, and he took him to Greeley to see the museum, and he was absolutely thrilled by it.
Yeah, I'd like to get up there and see that. I've seen the Denver one, and I've seen the Golden, Colorado one, but I have not seen the one at the Greeley yet.
Right. Just to reiterate, Great Lakes Rail Division wants to know again, what era will you be modeling in?
Probably 40s and 50s. I'm not set on a particular day, year, and time of day. It's going to be pretty loosely probably 1940s. I have a lot of steam engines, and I really like watching the steam engines run. So it'll pretty much be around late 40s probably.
And in designing this railroad, what will run it? What's going to power it?
I'm going to be DCC, and my last layout was a pure DC layout. I had miles of wire all over the place to a central command station, and that was part of the difficulty in tearing it down to. I had so much wire under there. But this one's I've never done DCC before, so this one I'm going to be doing that, and looking forward to learning more about it too.
What DCC equipment are you going to be using?
NCE.
Oh, nice. Very nice. Very nice.
That's the kind of that's the one I've used, I think, the most on the the few operating sessions I've been on. So I'm kind of comfortable with it already.
Yeah, I use it on my layout as well, and it's pretty. I have the power cab, very simple. I added cabs to them in different sections of the layout, and they work very well seamlessly. Are you going to have, when you do the electrical, are you going to break it up into districts, a large layout like that?
Yeah, given the size, I'll probably do some different power districts. Definitely between the levels and the helix. Just mostly I think to keep it easier to diagnose problems.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I've seen it on one of our does HON Troy, and he broke them down to sections, and it helped immensely. Like, because he knew immediately if something short circuit or went out, he would definitely could figure it out and get it done. But anyway, in the meantime, it's 10:32 p.m. We have to do some housekeeping, so we're going to do the giveaways. There we go. Strikeforce Hobbies, our first and upmost, the first one up. Strikeforce Hobbies is giving away a DVD, how to airbrush technique start to finish. If you win this prize from Strikeforce Hobbies, you'll be getting this DVD on how to do techniques with your airbrush, whatever airbrush you're using. It's made by Badger, and if you guys could go to strikeforcehobbies.com, check out and just check out their stuff. They got some pretty good stuff price-wise too, and they've been with us for now a while, about almost a year, and they've been pretty good and decent to us with their prizes and stuff. So if you guys get a chance, go over there, do a little shopping, spend a little coin. I'm urging you all to spend some coin on these guys, because they're helping us out, and they're giving this stuff away. I'm not twisting arms here. I'm just doing the promo. Just want you guys to know that they're around. If you got something, check them out. And who's the next one, John? Dave's Decals. Dave the man is having he's having a Father's Day sale. Happy Father's Day, by the way, to everybody out there. Anybody, just before I pronounce this, he's having a Father's Day sale on all his decals, 15% off Father's Day. For every order over $10, you receive one free random sheet of a newspaper diorama prints. Spend over $20 and you get 50% off your order with the promo code 17DAD, D-A-D, 17DAD. And anybody who wins Dave's Decals tonight, your choice of 2 sheets, your choice of any, and he has a plethora of sheets. I just learned that word today, Walt. I have no idea what it means.
Plethora?
Yeah, plethora. I don't know.
Sheets.
But I learned it. The biggest, anyway. So anybody, you get a choice of 2 sheets at davesart.net. Check it out. He's got tons of stuff. Lighting, LEDs, everything. Check it out. Anybody who wins tonight, a choice of 2 sheets. Okay, who do we got up next? I believe Punch Blade Bridge. That's who we got. The 150-foot scale, HO scale punch plate bridge kit from cvmw.com. Check them out. Central Valley Model Works. They'll be giving this away. This is our best prize of yet that we give away from Jeff and Heather. So the punch plate bridge kit, 150-foot HO scale punch plate bridge kit from those guys. Thank you, Central Valley. Go check out their website. They got some good, cool stuff too. Eddie Bauer. Thank you for reminding me, John. I keep pronouncing Eddie's name very wrong. And Eddie Bauer is giving away these decals, weathering decals. If you're too lazy to do rust, grease stains, whatever it is you need to do, Weathering Solutions is your product. This winner is to pick any 3 products. You can pick any 3 products from their website if you're this month's winner. Any 3 products. The graffitis are really good. I used them on some of the layouts. I just recently used it on the Perez Cement Factory. Also, the rust the rust spotting, pretty good stuff. Really good. It blends in really nice. So if you're willing to do the decal, and you don't want to, do with the pencil and everything, and just want it quick, it works out. It really does. And our next giveaway is Model Railroad Craftsman. We're giving away a 3-month trial subscription free. And if it's free, it's for me. Productions is giving away a free 3-month subscription to the Railroad Model Craftsman. And, they've been gracious enough to donate some of these too. They also have another thing called Railroad Diesel News. So if you want that one instead of this one, you let me know when I, contact you through your email. You just give me a heads up what you want. Okay. And at the end of in a little bit, we're gonna open up the page where you can place your name, and John will give you information on how that's done and the code and stuff like that. But again, just if you could just participate in these gentlemen that are doing the giveaways for us. Check out their websites if you're so encouraged to purchase something from them. Let's see. And I want to mention, John mentioned something to me the other day while we were doing the tech tune-up with Walt the other day. And this is episode 37, John?
Yes.
And 36 was 3 years, correct? Last episode, we were 3 years doing this. 3 years of YouTube model builders doing this. And they said we wouldn't last. Who are those naysayers? But last 36 was our 3-year anniversary. So we've been doing this for 3 years with the live show at first, and then we started with the Hangouts and Tuesday night and the Thursday night, and now we're all up to scale. Started with the eMag. We're doing the Fine Scale show. We got the Adreno once a month is coming out. The first Wednesday of the month, starting in July. We have the eMag that's out. Thursday's Hangout for general conversation. Barry's Workbench. So we've come a long way, and we've got a pretty good. We got Mr. Baronic, Bill Baronic, the track planner. We got Miles Hale. Hope to get Ralph Renzetti on, working with him. We have Andy Crawford. And I just want to take this moment, if you don't mind, Walt, just to thank all those guys, Andy, JD, John, Barry, Mike, for all the hard work that they do to get this together. And I would be remiss if I did not give a very, very big shout out to Mike Phillips, Modeler Man Mike, because this was his conceptual idea. This was his idea that we spoke about at 4 a.m. in the morning, my time and John's time, and back in the day in Barry's time at 3, 4 in the morning when he was in South Korea with his wife who's serving in the military. This idea took fruition, and it took off. And, and I just wanted to say that without his idea and his input, this wouldn't have happened. He's the catalyst. He's the foundation of this. And Mike Phillips, thank you so very, very much. He's presently back in the United States. Just to give you guys an update, just to let you know what his situation was. His son was diagnosed with cancer, has beaten cancer, has knocked it out, has put it to the ground. He's well on recovery. He's working, and everything. They're back in Texas, and his wife she's been stationed in Texas, about 2-hour drive from the house. So he's trying to get it all set up where Mike will perhaps, hopefully, rejoin us on future Hangouts and in future endeavors. But again, I want to thank all the people that are involved in this, and to all you guys out there who are watching this show tonight. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your great ideas. Thank you for your comments, and thank you for being a part of this. It's this without you, we're talking to empty air here. So we want to thank you. Now back to Walt. So let me get some questions here for you, because I got a lot of good questions. Other than Login Logos that's wants to know that he worked. Let's see. A cool stuff, space work. I suspect you have done quite well at Boeing as well. So let's get that out of the way. Let's see. Oh, Andy Crawford says plethora. That's like fake leather, right? Yes, absolutely. There was a question here that came up. Say that again, John. I didn't hear. Oh, okay. Yeah, John. Yeah, that's a good question. John wants to know, Walt, are you going to run constants trains, back to back helpers and stuff like that?
Yeah. I'm open to anything. I haven't really thought through that. I don't think I'll necessarily have it designed for helpers, but who knows? But that's a good idea. I haven't thought through that.
Is it going to be a coal operation?
Yeah, there'll be it'll have a lot of different industries, but definitely we'll have some coal on there.
So you'll be running unit trains with that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right, cool. Hold on. We got a phone going on here. Oh, Martin, 1107. This must be a great show, as it's in the future here. Martin lives in Australia, so
it's tomorrow.
It's tomorrow. So, but anyway. Newcastle. Mr. Coleman wants to know: is there going to be a rocket on your layout? I doubt that very much, Josh. I doubt that very much. It's in the 40s and the 50s, and
doesn't quite fit the 1940s.
Doesn't fit it. Doesn't fit it. It doesn't fit it.
Maybe we'll work in a Sputnik.
Yeah. Are you going to be doing hand-laid tracks, North Star railroad lines, pre-built turnouts or hand-laid?
Be pre-built turnouts. I actually still have a good assortment of those from my previous layout that I never used. But that's just one area. That's one skill set that I decided I don't need to go develop.
Are you going to hand-lay the track, or are you going to use flex track?
I'll use flex track.
And what code are you going with?
Code 83.
Oh, nice. Very good. Very good. Very good. Yeah, hand-laying track is an art form in itself.
Yeah, I enjoy, again, you're limited on time, and I think I'd rather put my time into some of the buildings and scenery and things like that versus taking the time to. I mean, I'm inspired by people who do that, but I think for me it's just easier to use the flex track.
Yeah, Eric Hall of IMRRO.com says, FYI, Walt needs to make more videos. He is one of the video makers at this time.
Well, thank you, Eric. I always appreciate your comments.
Top video maker, he adds. Top video maker. D&H South Central Division, Bill Van Linton says, I thought he was an N-scale. Eric Hall is N-scale.
Right.
Walt is HO scale. He's now in the process of designing and planning his railroad. He's in the process of building. So again, getting back to the building of the layout of the room itself, a lot of consideration going into putting a ton of electric outlets around and setting up the lighting and stuff.
Yeah, that's the nice thing when you can at least start from scratch. You can kind of build it with the intention that you know what you're going to need for the layout room.
Right. Do you have any more photos of the
I don't have any more photos of the layout, but I do have some photos of some of the buildings I've been detailing, if you want to look at those.
Sure, absolutely. We're always into that.
Okay. Well, Johnny will put up the first picture.
All right, my mic's hot, but yeah, y'all give me 1 second here, because this is where, like these old war movies, you see the guy in the Radio Shack sticking his fingers in 2 different sockets. The guy's big toe somewhere else. So hopefully I can get this thing to come up and work. Hopefully somebody will tell me if it's showing up. Okay.
I'll let you know.
All right, that should be slide number 1, Walt.
Okay. Is it up?
Yeah. Bill?
Yes.
Okay, great. Yeah, so this, as I said, kind of was in some of my videos, one of the things I do enjoy doing is just taking a lot of the standard DPM kits and then of course customizing them for my own purpose. So there's just a bunch of pictures I'll flip through, but this one is obviously a DPM kit that's going to be, it's actually a kite shop in the downstairs, and it's a dentist upstairs. And I'm working on the interior scenes for that right now. You flip to the next one.
Okay.
And that's just a side view. The next one's just a side view of the same building, just so you can kind of see the Maryland's Kite Shop sign, and added some, fire escapes and such to the building. But I just always like to take the standard kits and do what I can to make them a little bit different for my own purposes.
Interior.
And the next one is the dentist upstairs interior. And I just use actually the floors and stuff, I use very thin plywood to kind of build this. That's that one's the kite shop interior. And I don't go overboard in a lot of detail, but I try to, put something in there so when you're looking through the windows, you can actually see something. And I usually put lights in the buildings, and so they're lit up, and at least give enough detail that it reflects what the building is. So the dentist shop, actually has a picture in the back of an old dentist, and then I just print stuff out and put it on cardboard, and then put some figures in there and make chairs and tables. And then the kite shop is again, picture of with kites hanging from the ceiling and such. But that's what's in that building. You want to go on to the next one, John?
All right, diner interior.
Yeah, this is going to be Tom's Diner, and I just finished this one. This is building the interior for the diner, and just again, use styrene to build tables and put some figures in there and chairs and posters on the wall, and just kind of make it look like a diner. And so this one just finished. I'm not sure what I'm going to put upstairs with this yet, but this is the downstairs. If you show the next one, is just basically looking at it from the exterior.
Yes, up.
Okay, and that's just again, peering into the windows and through the curtains of the diner. It's not interiorly lit at this time, but it will be, which will show off more than the detail as you look into the building.
It's really interesting to say that when you showed the previous slide of all that you built, and you see it without building surrounding it,
right?
It's very stark and very, okay, it looks like a model. You built it,
right?
Put it inside the building itself, and now you're looking through it. It takes a whole new dimension.
Right. Yeah, it does. and then as you change lighting, it really changes it too.
Yeah. Andy Crawford wants to know: is that 3D printed parts, the tables and such?
No, I just cut those out of plain styrene.
Oh, okay.
So it was the old-fashioned 3D printer.
Oh, okay.
Go to the next picture, and this is the you'll recognize again the DPM kit, but in this particular building on the lower left-hand side is Kyle's Hobby Shop, and actually I have a motor that spins. The little boy is looking at a train that will spin around in front of the window. And then the lower right side of the building is Larry's Outfitters. It's a hunting store. And then the upstairs is Cindy's art gallery. And the interiors are completed on those as well. But anyway, just kind of shows, I've added some billboards and different signs and things to this building. The next one shows the same. Next picture, Johnny, shows the same building, but then from the side of Larry's Outfitters billboard, and some of the detail on the side. This is actually, I guess, Kyle's Hobby Shop billboard.
Now, the Kyle's Hobby Shop, the billboard itself, was that handmade?
Yes, that was custom made, just again using scale lumber. It was actually very easy to make. And then the Larry Outfitter sign was the same way. And the artwork I just created using Photoshop and then paste it on there. And then each of the billboards has 3 lights. So a lot of my buildings have a ton of wire that come out of the bottom of them because I put so many lights into them.
Do the lights on the billboards work?
Yes, they do.
Ah, that's what adds to it.
Yeah, so they they will light up. And there's a lot of lights on the exterior signs as well.
Great Lakes Rail Division says interiors add so much to the modeling realism. I've been wanting to try this myself, and Andy Crawford says I agree. Interiors are important to bringing life to the lake. That's why we're headed towards a lot of talk and work on interiors and coming shows in the Fine Scale show. Very good. Good to know.
Good.
And Martin, 1107 from Down Under, love the vines on the side of the building.
Oh, good. Thank you.
Yeah.
The next picture is then of Jones Grocery Store, and you'll recognize again it's another DPM kit. It's the Be More Catalog Showroom building is the base, but the first floor of this building is actually a grocery store, and then the upstairs is actually a school of dance.
Okay, always got to have a school of dance someplace.
Yes, you do. And the water tower on top of this building was scratch built, just basically using a shampoo bottle cap for the base and then just putting scale lumber on it to create a water tower.
Hey, I like that.
Yeah, I'm always trying to find little plastic things I can use on my models.
Sure. How did you come up with the awnings on the front of the store, the candy striped awnings?
Yeah, those are scratch built as well. The frames, you can't see them in the picture, but the frames are just scale lumber painted black, so it looks like wrought iron. And the awnings themselves, I collect a lot of wallpaper samples. When I go to the stores, and then I'm always finding interesting patterns of wallpaper samples that I can then scan in, scale down, and print out and use for interior wallpapers for my interiors, or I use them for awnings or different things. And that's what these were, actually wallpaper samples. And then I printed them out and then folded them over the supports, and then put some black wash on top of them just to age them up. And since this is the height of the coal and steam air, so those are the awnings.
On the picture itself showing to the left, there's wires coming out. Is that for the lighting, or there's something?
Yeah, so the building has lights on each floor. There's actually 3 different lights on the main floor. There's 3 lights on the middle floor, and there's a couple of lights on the top floor to light each floor up. And so that's the. I have the wires with plugs on the end of them, so I can put them down through the layout and plug them into the power supply that's controlled.
Nice, very nice. Trainer Gary says he likes all the structures while he's weathering. All the buildings look great, Walt.
Oh, thank you. Well, when you don't have, I found that when you don't have a layout to work on to actually build, I just enjoyed building the models, and that's how I kind of got into doing these models and just customizing them and spending time every time. Of course, every time I pull one out, I think of 3 more things I could add to it. And then I started working on the interiors, and so that's a good way to stay engaged in the hobby, even if you don't have a layout.
Right.
Go to the next picture, Johnny. There's a few more pictures of the same building, but from different angles.
Sure. While that picture's coming up, Bob, I'm sorry. I'm just gonna say Bob Shellman Jr. I hope I pronounced that right, Bob. Where does he get the backgrounds for the inside of the buildings?
I make them. Basically, I create a scale wall in Photoshop, And then I bring in just colors and wallpaper designs or artwork, like pictures hanging on the wall. I create fake doors and I just print them out and then paste them onto cardboard walls.
Oh, okay. And now the next picture's up.
Yeah, so this is just a side view of that same building. Just again showing the sign out front of Julie's School of Dance, and then all the advertising. Again, very very prototypical of the era is that every square inch of buildings were used for advertising.
The good thing is that the structures look really good, and the work and the detailed work on it. The unfortunate thing is that the photo does not probably do it justice.
Yeah, probably not.
Because it's probably a lot better in person. So why don't we all just next weekend go to Bob's Walt's house?
There you go. I think I'm out of town. Next picture.
Well, we'll just show up. Tell the wife there's 56 watching.
All right.
Just get a lot of.
There you go.
Nah, but they look really. Yeah, and this is the other side. Oh, the School of Dance. Very good.
Yeah, this is the other side with the picture of the kind of a billboard sign on the side of the building with Julie's School of Dance, and then I put 2 lights on top of it again to create more of a billboard view on the side of the building there. Right. So yeah, I have a lot of wires in these buildings.
I'm sure. It has given Martin 1107. It has given me an idea for putting a foreground items in the interior along with an Arduino active a TFT Thomas Francis Thomas screen in the background for depth of animation. Well, there's something we can play with.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's what I'm trying to learn, the Arduino stuff as well, because I'm sure it'll help me with some of the lighting and the animations I want to do.
It's funny you should mention Arduino. We have a monthly show on Wednesdays.
Yes. I know, that's great.
Martin 1107 wants to know, will I pay for the bus fare? Absolutely not. My motto, Martin, is when I eat, everybody eats. When I drink, everybody drinks. And when I pay, everybody pays.
There you go.
There you go. Ralph Renzetti, what method do you use to install your wall signs?
Some of them are decals actually, and then a lot of them are just paper that I sand down a little bit to make them thinner, and then glue them on the wall, and then just usually use some kind of alcohol wash on top of them.
Okay, work.
Yeah. Just to age them up a little bit.
Yeah.
Go to the next picture, John.
David Bonds, he says, I like your work.
Thank you.
He actually said it in capital letters, so I think I'm supposed to scream that out to you.
Thank you. And this next picture is then the view of the back of the building, because this has a loading dock. So I built a loading dock there with some workers on it, and then I've added these are just custom built fire escapes, and then there's a light hanging on the back, and of course the downspouts and all that kind of stuff. So the windows that are actually covered are covered for purpose, because that's the area where all the wires come down the back of the building.
You're taking some artistic license.
Yes.
Artistic license is good.
Okay, let's go on to the next one, Johnny.
Ralph Renzetti says he wanted to inform you that in the last e-magazine that he did an article on wall signs.
Oh, excellent. Yes.
That you can check out, he said.
Good.
This is good. What is this? The Drover's Hotel and Bar?
Yeah, so this was the Drover's Hotel and Bar and Grill or whatever that I built for the YouTube Model Builders Big Build Contest. And
the first one?
Yeah, the first one. This is what I built for that, and you can see the wires hanging down in the main windows. I'm just getting ready to start building the interior for the hotel right now.
Oh, okay, good.
go to the next one.
Guys out there that are watching, there's presently Eric Hall of IMMRO.com is doing the second big build contest. You should check out his channel. I don't know if you're still available to get involved in it and to submit your builds, but it's something you guys should look into. Great stuff.
Yeah, because I think he still has a few more weeks on his contest.
Yes. So check it out on the IMMRO.com channel. That's Eric Hall. Get more information on it. This is an interesting site.
Yeah, so this is the back of the hotel, and I've actually built a little 2x2 scenery area that I'm going to integrate into my layout, and so it's actually cut down into the styrofoam so that I could go, below the hotel, and so to create this scene where the back, it basically looks, the door comes out of the basement of the hotel. And there is a coal dump here. So the railroad actually has a spur that dumps coal into this pit, and then the workers haul the coal into the basement of the hotel for the burners.
Oh, that's nice. That's a good idea.
So it gives it kind of, again, adds more dimensions to just a flat surface layout. The next picture is similar view, but just from a slightly different angle. You can see more of the tracks.
Impact M50 wants to know, what kind of glue do you use on these buildings?
Well, it depends. I use standard modeling cement and super glue most of the time. Nothing real exotic unless it's something that's kind of strange. I actually use a lot of super glue.
Okay, that works.
This is the kind of the same view, but just from a little different angle, so you can see more of the back scene there, and you can see where the tracks are.
Now that build-up around where it goes down, that's all styrofoam?
Yeah, so that I just had a couple of layers of styrofoam, and I just cut down, in the styrofoam below the main level of where the hotel and the buildings are, to create kind of a subterranean, dump area, and then, added some plastic rock and stuff like that on the styrofoam. And
now, is this building going to find its way on your new layout?
Yes, so actually this little module that I'm building is going to be integrated into the downtown scene of my new layout.
That was the city and industrial scene?
Yes. Yeah, so I actually have a place where I'm gonna put it so that you can see all this.
Okay. EPAC M50 also wants to know, have you done any shows on the NMRA conventions?
I have not done any shows, but I've attended now I've attended two of them. I went to the one in Cleveland a few years back, and that was my first NMRA convention. And then and I went last year to the one in Indianapolis, and enjoyed myself thoroughly. It was great. And unfortunately, I will not be able to go to Orlando this summer for the next one. But I think the year after that's in Kansas City, and that's just, of course, down the road from Denver. So I'll definitely plan to go to that one.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Eric Hall says, yes, the Big Build Contest version 2 is running till the end of June. $60 is the first place prize, 20 for 2 runner-ups, and I believe he's giving away an N-scale kit as well. So go to his channel, IMRRO.com, and check out what it is that you need to do to enter. It's not too late, and I'm sure he has room for more.
Looked like he had quite a few entries.
Yes, he did. Yeah, have you ever gone to the one in Amherst up in Massachusetts?
No, I have not done that show.
You have to go.
Yeah, that's what I hear.
That is a train show on steroids.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, I hear a lot about that one, so I'm at the. Of course, I'm on the wrong coast now, but I'll have to find time to go do that sometime.
Andy Crawford says that many of us, many in the group, Andy himself, I believe John, are going to the Kansas City NMRA convention, and he says that you should try to meet up with our group for lunch or something.
Oh, definitely should do that. And in fact, I think it was the last one. I ran into a few folks that recognized me from the videos, and I ran into a few folks I recognized from different videos. Like Bob, was there, and James was there. There were several people that have YouTube channels that were at the convention, so it was fun running into different people.
And Martin 1107, the Aussies will be in Kansas City next year as well. Yay!
Yay! This next picture, Bill, is then kind of my last building I was going to show. This is the Lowe's movie theater. Again, kind of a standard kit that I'm working on, but I've been detailing it, and I haven't added the finished touches on the marquee yet. I'm putting fiber optic lights in the marquee, and if you, I know it's hard to tell from this picture, but if you look right below the marquee, there's a lot of light bulbs hanging down. And so those are going to be, chasing lights that will light up. And inside this building, I have a couple of lights that flicker so that it reflects the old-time movie projector look. And I also have a speaker inside this building that plays old-time movie soundtrack. And then it also in this building has a chimney on the roof. You can't see it in the picture, but it has a chimney in the roof, and I inserted one of those little smoke generator devices in the chimney, but instead of putting smoke oil into the burner, I put actually popcorn oil. So when it goes off, the viewers you can actually smell movie popcorn.
Okay, that's good. That's a great idea.
Yeah, it kind of surprises you if you're not expecting it.
Yes. Where do you get your people from, your figures?
Just all over, either Pfizer or Woodland Scenics, or sometimes paint them up if I find them cheap. But just anywhere I can find them, I'll pick them up.
Yeah, for guys that are in the hobby, they know this already. And for guys, because I can certainly attest to this, but for those that are starting out in the hobby, it's the incidentals that drive you crazy.
Yeah, that's right.
The things that run money. The track's going to cost you a pretty penny. That the switches are going to cost money. That the rolling stock
or new engines,
they're going to cost money. But then you go out and you say, hey, let me go get some, let me do hand throws, and you go and you purchase them. And I'm not saying that they don't have a right to charge what they have to charge. They do, but it's the incidentals that get you.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
5 people, $30. You're like, wow.
Yeah, so you can spend a fortune.
Yeah, exactly.
Go to the next one.
Crawford says that before the show happens, we'll have to announce a way for us to all connect. Good idea.
Yeah, good idea. We'll have to set up a time. So this is the same building, just from a different point of view.
Very good. And the balcony on the side, it's a scratch built?
No, actually that came with the kit. That particular one came with the kit.
Did it?
Yeah.
Did it?
This was I forget who makes this particular model, but it's I think you can still find it out there. But it was fun to build, except that all the walls were warped like crazy, so it took a lot of work to get it together.
It's funny you should. I was just going to ask that question. I was just going to ask you that question because I remember that Miles Hale did a show with us, one of these on the DPM kits. Talked about how he had a sanding block when he was working on these to square them up, Yep.
Yeah. Then go to the last picture. And it's just the same building, but from the other side, with the line of people lining up to see the movie.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Back to you, Bill.
What happened?
Back to you.
Oh, that was the last one?
That's the last picture.
Oh, okay. So let us go now and do one more of our housekeeping for our giveaways. And then right after that, we'll open up the box for you guys to jump in there and get your emails in there so we can give all this stuff away. Okay. Strike Force Hobbies is giving away the DVD on technique of airbrushing. start to finish by Badger. And this will be given to one of the winners if they are so lucky to be picked. StrikeForceHobbies.com. Please check them out. If there's anything you need in the hobby world, you know, they got it. Check them out. See what they got going. You might be pleasantly surprised. And, you know, just before we go to the next technique, if you guys got YouTube channels that are out there and you happen to win this one, if you would be so kind as to just put it on, you know, on your YouTube channel, like an unboxing. This is what I want, not for the YouTube model builders, but for the distributors, for the merchants here, because it gives them a big push. You know, it helps them to get the word out that they're, you know, that they're there and stuff like that. So it helps them along the way. So if you guys have a YouTube channel and you do win, you know, if you could do a mail call and say, hey, listen, this is what I got from last show and stuff like that, and just unbox it. It lets them, you know, it gives them a boost in the arm. So, you know, we're all here for the same purpose, you know, helping each other out, right? So that Strike Force Hobbies is giving away a badge of Airbrush DVD to lucky winner. The next one is Dave's Decals. Dave will be giving away 2 sheets, if anybody's, if whoever gets picked for this, 2 sheets of decals from him, model decals and stuff. Your choice of 2 sheets. Check Dave at daveart.net. He has a ton of stuff on his website. Also, just to let you guys know that he's also right now having a Father's Day sale, 15% off everything. Father's Day sale bonus for every order over $10. You will receive random sheet of a newspaper diorama print. If you spend over $20, and you'll get 15% off your offer with promo code 17 DAD, capital D-A-D. Okay, this promo discount is from now through midnight Saturday, June 24th, 2017. Everything is on sale. Detail parts, LEDs, weathering powders, and more. Just use promo code 17 DAD and stuff like that. And the next one is the bridge punch braid, the 150-foot punch braid scale, 150-foot punch plate bridge kit. I can't buy these teeth in the drugstore anymore, John. I can't. I got to go to the dentist. He told me these things would fit. Anyway, punch plate bridge kit from Central Valley Model Works, 150 HO scale punch plate bridge kit. Check out their website at cvmw.com. Jeff and Heather, these guys are really good. They have absolutely a lot of stuff for bridge building kits, anything, double bridges, everything you would need. And they're pretty awesome, pretty awesome. And the next one up is the, confused. Oh, the weathering solutions. My good friend Eddie Bauer. Experience the evolution of prototype modeling using weathering decals. Now, these weathering decals are pretty good. I've used them. I used the rust, and I also used the graffiti ones. Pretty good stuff. If you guys want, you get this month's live show winner. It can pick any 3 products from our website. Okay, any 3 products, and it's a pretty good website actually. And they got some good stuff on here put on. It's really realistic. Decals, they work, you know, and they're pretty decent, you know, stuff like that. And the last and other one is White River Productions, and they are giving away a 3-month trial subscription to Railroad Model Craftsman. It's a 3-month free subscription, and you know, like I said previous, if it's free, it's from me. So these are the gifts that we'll be giving away tonight. We will be opening up. John will be opening up the thing when he'll explain to you, if you want to do that right now, John, how to go about entering to get these prizes.
Alrighty, you want to go to YouTubeModelBuilders.com, and there you want to oh, I can't read that. It's the second
right, it says how to enter, how to win. To enter, you have to go to the YouTubeModelBuilders.com and fill out the live show giveaway form. on the bottom. You'll see it's when the drop. You'll see YouTube model builders. Drop down box will come, and you'll see the last one. It will say the show giveaway form. Fill that out and put your email address in or whatever it requires of you, and then press enter, and it will go in. And then the code is MLB, lowercase letters. MLB, like Major League Baseball. MLB, lowercase letters, is the password. Get in. Okay, so you go to YouTubeModelBuilders.com, fill out the live show giveaway form. It's when the drop-down box comes, it's the last line. Click it, boom, it'll bring you to the giveaway. Put in your name, your email address, and the code is MLB, lowercase. Okay, and just for those that don't know, do not put duplicate emails in, because the system knows that it's a duplicate and will spit you out.
Yeah, if you try to enter more than one time.
Right, if you try to enter more than one time, it spits you out. So
you will be disqualified.
So we will be opening that up right now, and once, in a little bit, we'll draw the winners. So go ahead and do what you need to do. Go do what you got to do to get some of this.
Give me 1 second. Get over here and get it open.
Take 2 seconds, bro. Take 2 seconds.
I'm not as fast as. All right, that should be open and running now.
Okay, it should be open right now. Let's see. We had some really good questions while we were away. Let's see. I know I saw one. Oh, they're all talking about Kansas City there, Walt. They're all looking forward to meeting you. Someone's mentioned it. We want you to take them all out to dinner. I don't think. Oh, they want ON30. Dave wants, what's Dave's website? As I need a, okay, that's Dave. It's Dave Ott, DAVE Ott.net, I believe. Yeah, check him out. Let's see. Oh, here we go. Where are you? I just had it. Log and loads. This is some great work, Walt. We'll be waiting to see the new layout on Walt's YouTube channel.
Good, thank you. And that's, I hope to have more episodes, obviously coming up as I actually start building the layout.
Right. Chris Rudd wants to know, what is the password? MLB. MLB. Major League Baseball. MLB. Small case letters. So in doing this, have you had time to sit down and okay, hold on. Oh, well, John, they're stating that they can't get it open. Okay. Give us a minute, folks. We have technical difficulties. But so I'm sorry, Walt. This is what happens when you do live. This is, Murphy shows up.
Of course,
Murphy shows up. What I wanted to ask you was, did you happen, in your discussions with Bill Baronic, did he go over the whole aspect of like large layout and some of the positive things as well as the drawbacks?
Oh yeah, a little bit of that. I mean, mostly he was giving me some great suggestions and also sent me some great pictures of his layout, since he has a multi-level layout as well.
Yeah.
But I'm hoping if I can get up there to see him soon and get a chance to talk to him more about it.
Yeah. When I first contacted Bill Baronic to to design the layout that I have now. He was during the process, he was very cautious with me, and at one point I couldn't understand. I was like trying to figure out what what was that about. He said that at one point, he says, you're going to realize that you might have bitten off more than you can chew.
Right.
And I was like, nah, that's not going to happen. This is my dream. This is my dream layout. This is what I wanted. This is what I always wanted.
Yep.
And I hit that wall. I built it. I was framed. The homosot was down, and
yep.
I had to walk away from it. I walked away from it for about 3 months. And because it was a bit overwhelming. And I don't think that a lot of people, I don't think guys who don't have a layout that size, like the size you're designed or the size I have, and so does, like Curtis Hunt, who's got the CNL line, and a few other people who's Mr. Baranek has designed layouts for. They come to realize, and they can concur with me, sometimes it can be a very big, an endeavor, and I think you got to pace yourself. I'm happy to say that now I'm very comfortable with the layout. Mr. John says that you guys out there should refresh your screens, and it should come on. Says here, contest form will not open. Mr. Van Lincoln says your giveaway sign up is not working. John Dilly, no, still. Okay, everybody who's saying it's not opened, I just want to let you know that we know that. Andy Crawford says it's open for me. Well, I guess you're winning everything, Andy.
He wins then.
Andy said he refreshed his screen. Oh, Jason Volk said now it is. Ray Bobel said good to go. Ralph Franzetti working now. Oh, Mr. Van Linton said okay now. Works now after closing the tab. Now it is working. And Dan Ward, TRP, I like yours. Palm face. Oh, Mark Donovan, I refreshed and still nothing. I recall opened. Bada bing, bada boom. I would safe to assume that they're getting it. Refresh again, Mr. Donovan. Feed those hamsters that are running that computer of yours. So, okay, now Mark says it's open. See.
Good.
Oh, man.
We have the technology.
Technology is beautiful when it works, isn't it, Walt?
Yes.
Walt, so are you looking, what's the best aspect of this layout are you looking forward to doing?
Oh, that's a good question. I don't know, each phase I enjoy. So, doing the track planning now and anticipating it is fun. I'm probably 1% of model railroaders, but I actually like building bench work. So,
okay.
Because I actually do carpentry work as well. So I actually looking forward to starting to cut plywood and build the bench work. But I don't know, each aspect has its own fun. There are certain aspects that are not as, as interesting to me, but I don't know, when I get a chance to actually get the track down and of course have trains run, that'll be really exciting.
One of the things I learned from that, and I'm sure you've been told, and I'm sure you know this, run your trains on the prairie plywood for at least 6 to a year.
Yeah.
6 months to a year. This way you can work all the kinks out.
Right.
Yeah, I got my layout for some of you guys that have seen it. One of the least things that I like to do is clean track. Now, my son Michael, I'm 36. Sometimes he comes over and hang out. And one day he did. He said, "Is there anything you want me to do on the layout?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he said,
Clean track.
He's not a train guy, he's not,
Yeah.
But he said to me that he said, "What can I do?" And I said, "Could you, clean the track for me?" And he was like, "Yeah, sure, not a problem. Do it." He never did it before. So, I showed him what to do. I showed him how to go, with the rails, the switch points, not to do this, not to do that.
Yeah.
I came home and I forgot all about it. And he had gone back to, back to his apartment and everything. Next day I was running the trains and I said to myself, "Boy, these trains are really running well." There's no stutter stop. I don't got to push it with my finger.
Right.
So I called him up later in the day and I said, "How much of that track did you clean?" He goes, "All of it."
All right.
I said, "All of it." So when he came over the next time, I said, "Hey, Mike, you think you'd like?" He goes, "No." Before I even finished, no.
Yeah. One time.
Yeah, that's it. I learned my lesson. So, but anyway, now this layout, the bench work is not going to be that of 2x4s, right?
No, I'm actually gonna be using cut plywood.
Nice.
Yeah, it's to create the, because the bottom or the main the middle shelf, whatever it is going to be about 30 inches, from the wall, and then the upper one's about 24 inches from the wall.
Right. Andy Crawford the question he asks is, what prototypes are the inspiration for your freelance railroad?
That is a really good question, and I don't have a good answer for, other than just again, just certain railroads that in certain scenes that I have in my memories, from Chillicothe, Ohio, to Winchester, Kentucky, to actually Dayton, Ohio. Some of the railroads that ran in those areas, as well as I rode the train from Denver to Salt Lake City not too long ago. Just there's certain scenes that kind of jump out at me, and those it's really just those kinds of pictures that I'm pulling from, not a specific railroad or a specific line.
Uh-huh. Well, that's yeah. So the engines that you have, are they different mix of for the area to which you're modeling?
Yes. Yeah. I mean, you've got some B&O, obviously, from B&O in Ohio, and let's see, there's some Pennsylvania. I'm trying to think what else. Those are the main ones I think right now that I have. Okay. C&O as well.
Great Lakes Rail Division wants to know, are you using LED lighting in the layout room?
Yes. It will definitely have LED lighting. The can lights are LED, and then the track lights will be LED as well. And then the lighting under the layout will be LED as well. So yes, definitely to keep the heat down and the energy down.
Yeah, yeah. When you do this, when this railroad comes to fruition, how many people do you think will be with you operating? What would be the capacity of, you said you had a spare room where the dispatch would work. How many operators would you envision working on it?
Probably I don't know until they pack the room, but probably be comfortable with 5 or 6.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right.
Yeah. I mean, it might be possible to put some more in there. I mean, the room will be big enough, but as far as having access space to the layout and things like that, all on top of each other. I would think 5 or 6 would be reasonable, as well as the dispatcher.
Yeah, because you have to figure in the aisle width for
Right.
each person,
Yeah.
coming. Yeah.
Well, I have it designed for 4-foot aisles right now.
Oh, okay. Okay. That's very good. Let's see. Well, they're talking about Andy. Andy Crawford's layout is all done. He has wood legs holding it up, but it's all done with styrofoam. And he has had no problems with it yet. He says, what makes mine work, he says, but what makes mine work is the laminate layers of foam. If I were modeling flatlands, I would have required more support, but I have 6 to 7 layers of foam at the back.
Makes sense.
It's not too bad. It's good. But to each his own. My layout was built with 1x3s. I think there's only two. There's two 2x4s.
Okay.
And the whole thing. One is bolted into the wall for the middle peninsula that comes out, and then at the peninsula is the other half of that 2x4 that's holding the weight of it off.
Okay.
But the 1x3s work really well. So.
Yeah, so I'll be cutting the plywood into basically 1x3s, I think.
Oh, you're going to rip the ply. You're going to buy sheets of plywood and then cut them.
Yeah.
Well, okay, and therein lies, instead of track laying, we're going to make our own 1x3s. Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's good.
No, I figured that the plywood is a little bit more stable than just rough lumber, and I just figured I'll just go ahead and run the plywood across my table saw and make my 1x3s.
Very good. Very good. Very good. That is again, the structure of it is good, and once it's built, it is a very then you see the layout come to life.
Yes. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, great. Jim, let's see. We got any more questions here? The track run. Oh, what did North Star say about track cleaning? I forget. I can't see. Anyway. Okay, so let us do the giveaway. Yeah, sure. We'll go around. Well, yeah, let's just put it out there what we're giving away, and then we'll go right to the giveaway. Strike Force Hobbies. My good friends at Strike Force Hobbies are giving away the DVD airbrush technique. Anybody who wins will get this from Badger. It's the airbrush start to finish techniques from Strike Force Hobbies. The second one is the Dave's decals, right? And Dave is giving away 2 sheets, any 2 sheets on his website. That wins this contest. Your choice of 2 sheets. Previously, somebody asked for his web address. It's DaveArt, DAVART.net. And he's also having a Father's Day sale, 15% off everything. If you spend $10, you receive 1 free random sheet of newspaper diorama prints. And if you spend over $20, you'll get 15% off your order with the promo code 17DAD, D-A-D, capital letters on that, D-A-D. And this promo is going from now until June 24th, next Saturday at midnight. It will end, so give that a shout. And the third one is the bridge, I believe, correct? And with Hans Plate Bridge by CMV, Central Valley Model Works. We'll be giving away their 150-foot punch plate bridge. Check their website out at cvmw.com. And the fourth one is the Eddie Bauer and his Weathering Solutions decals. Any 3 sheets if you're the winner of this, you can pick any 3 products from our website from Weathering Solutions. And the next and last one is White Productions. They're giving away a 3-month trial subscription to Railroad Model Craftsman. Always bringing you the best in model railroading since 1933. So this is a free 3-month subscription to Railroad Model Craftsman. And that's our giveaways for this month, the June 17th. And John, if you will be so kind as to announce the winners. Okay.
And let's see here. It's being real nice to me tonight. It put them all together. All right, giveaway number 1. It's going to be Ron Marsh. That's for Strike Force Hobbies. Giveaway number 2 is Michael Sweetie. Let me see. Yeah. Giveaway number 3, Ralph Rossetti. Way to go, Ralph.
Ooh.
Giveaway number 4. That's
Weathering Solutions.
yeah, that's going to be David Barnes.
David, nice. And the 3-month subscription?
Number 5 is Martin Jenkins in Australia.
Wow.
Very good. So our winners are the DVD, Ron Marsh. Dave's Decals is Mike Sweeney. The Bridge from CMVW is Ralph Renzetti. Weathering Solutions is David Bonds. And the 3-month subscription to the free 3-month subscription is Martin Jenkins. Well, congratulations to all the winners and for entering the contest and for tuning in tonight. And we want to give a special thanks to Walt from Walt's World. Thank you so much, Walt, for taking the time. You know, I know that you're a busy guy. Unlike me and John, who are retired and have the life of Riley here, I know that you have a family and a busy life that you do. And so we want to thank you very much for being a part of this. It was a great honor and a privilege to have you aboard.
My pleasure.
And it was a pleasure meeting you as well. I hope you enjoyed yourself.
Oh, absolutely.
Good, good. Thank you again so much. And to all our viewers out there, thank you so much for being a part of the YouTube Model Builders family here. Without you, like I said earlier, we cannot have this show and your support and all this. And just want to thank you. And thank you, John, for filling in for Barry. Barry, as you all know, is getting married next Saturday on the 24th. Him and his lovely fiancee, Doreen, will be getting married down in Cape May, New Jersey. And yours truly and JD have been invited. So we're going to take a lot of pictures, a lot of video, and we'll share it with you guys, you know, on the next show. So, John, thank you so much for filling in for Barry. As always, John is the fireman. He's got his boots, his coat, his overcoat, his out of gear, always on ready and ready to slide down the pole and jump into the YouTube Model Builders live truck and be wherever he needs to be. So without him, I'd be toast because I know nothing. He keeps saying I know nothing, but he's doing really good. Anyway, and happy Father's Day, and happy Father's Day to all you dads out there in the next 20 minutes. Have a great day tomorrow, everybody. Enjoy your Father's Day and be well, God bless, and we'll see you guys on the radio. And next month we'll be on. Just let me finish this. I know I always try to keep this short and sweet, but I always we'll be on July 15th. July 15th. We haven't gotten a guest yet. I think we do, but I don't know who it is, so I'm not going to say it and then look embarrassed. But again, thank you so much for being on the show, Walt. Thank you, John. Thank you, viewers. Take care. God bless, and we'll see you definitely on the radio. Be well.
Happy Father's Day.